And he has been out of the league for over 20 years. That's the whole LeBron James career right there. And he still doesn't measure up. MJ simply achieved way more in a much shorter amount of time, period. Actually, the longer LeBron James plays now, it actually hurts his legacy in that regard. Welcome, everybody, to episode, I believe, number 6 of the basketball show. My name is Paul. First thing I wanted to say is thank you so much, because my last episode has been receiving so much attention, so much positive attention and positive commentary, negative attention and negative commentary, and I respect all your opinions. I don't degrade anybody. You're allowed to have your opinion. Just don't insult anyone and try not to insult me. But to be honest, doesn't bother me, and whatever is wrong in the comments and some words are being used that are not supposed to, they're just not going to show up on the channel. So let me start today's video because we have an interesting subject. I believe that a lot of people have noticed that LeBron James fans are getting very desperate. Yes, they're getting so desperate these days. It's ridiculously funny to watch. It's almost glorious to see them squirm and fall over themselves in their panic as LeBron James' career is slowly coming to an end in the next few seasons. And in so many people's minds, he still hasn't caught up to Michael Jordan. Every voting, even of the current NBA players, he's losing as the GOAT. So the biggest giveaway of this desperation that we can see is a total blitz of social media and some actual mainstream media with posts and stories trying to degrade Michael Jordan and his accomplishments. That's what we've gotten to right now. So the tactic right now from the LeBron James fan side, and LeBron James and Clutch Sports most likely is involved into this as well, is because LeBron James can't really reach Michael Jordan at the top of that mountain, the only way to have him be able to even change some people's minds is to try to drag Jordan by any means necessary to LeBron's level, because LeBron can't raise himself to Michael's level anymore. And I bet, again, all of you have seen these posts all over social media. And now even we have Nick Wright on video literally admitting of being involved in one of these projects and pushing this story, which is pretty much fake.
I might have been aware that something like this was coming. I might have been behind the scenes consulting on the project. I don't know.
I mean, Nick Wright is also on audio admitting he actually pretty much is an employee of Clutch Sports. And there's audio of him on that. He's talking about Clutch Sports Christmas parties and all that other stuff. I mean, who goes to those parties? Just think about it. Daily, we see post after post that discuss MJ's accomplishments and rewards, and that they were somehow fabricated. Lies are being spread that he was awarded extra steals, extra rebounds, extra points, and extra stuff all over the place. Stuff like that. You get the idea. For years, James has been trying to build a resume to rival Jordan's, and has tried, along with the help of his fans, Clutch Sports employees, to surpass Mike. Unfortunately, it has gotten so late in LeBron James' career that he really has no chance of surpassing Michael Jordan anymore, even though Mike has been out for over 20 years. Yes, he has more total points, but so what? Did anyone call Kareem the GOAT over Michael Jordan, even though Kareem had more points than Michael had? No. LeBron also has a very slight advantage in his career field goal percentage now. We literally have current NBA players, though, admitting that there's almost no defense being played in the NBA compared to like the 90s era. For example, you got Kyrie Irving saying that there's no defense, or the defense is so poor that teams score like it's the 60s again.
I think it's just not a lot of defense being played. Teams are scoring like it's freaking 1960s or 70s. Like it's 132 to 112, 142 to 121. It's just like there's no defense. Like there's just none.
You got another player, John Wall, stating there's almost no defense in the NBA these days.
The NBA, like you said, the game just changed so much, it's hard to watch. Nobody's playing defense, there's a lot of shots, and it's just like, for me, it's like going to play pickup. Like, it's like we go play pickup in the summer, like you get a bucket, get a bucket.
I mean, current players are saying this, not some old heads as Bron defenders would like to say right now, you know? You try to logically explain any of this to LeBron fans, and all you hear is old heads don't know what they're talking about. Really? Listen to this. Older fans that have a live comparison of past basketball eras and see what's being played now actually have a more objective look at things than kids and casual fans that have only really seen Michael Jordan play on highlights and not even real games. I mean, listen, they will all tell you that they watched Michael Jordan in full games, that they watched reruns and went back and watched full games just to, you know, prove that they're right. But would you believe someone young, some kid, you know, to do any kind of research like that these days when they barely have attention spans to view a full TikTok video? I mean, come on. We got to be realistic here. I know it's not LeBron fans' strong suit to be realistic, but, you know, we try. Fans of LeBron's are trying desperately to put out as much fake information as they possibly can. It could come from a misprint or a write-in mistake. Stuff like that happens, especially that a lot of stats years ago have been written in by hand. You people don't make any mistakes like that? Come on. I got some news for you. No one needs to elevate Michael Jordan over anyone else. Even now, Michael Jordan has done that on his own and doesn't even involve himself anywhere in this whole GOAT conversation. Did you even notice that? It is so childish to him and not worth any time to waste on. He'd rather chill with his beautiful wife and smoke some crazy expensive cigars, maybe even gamble a little bit, because Michael Jordan likes gambling. We all know that. We admit it. Nothing bad. I like to gamble sometimes. We saw him show up at the top 75 NBA players of all time ceremony. Everybody has seen those videos. And everyone there admitted when he came, everyone was in awe of the man.
We walk out of the room where we take the big picture. And when we walk out, it's like all these cameras like this. And when we get in the hallway, you see MJ walking towards us. He wasn't even in there for the big picture. So he's walking, and there's more cameras on just him by himself than it is on all of us. And it was like, that's when you really saw the difference of like, man, this dude the GOAT.
Yeah.
Like when he was walking, everybody was just staring at him.
Yeah.
Like even all the people that was
Like
the
he
top
glowing.
75
looking at him.
The other 74 was looking at him like he was walking up, he walked up. It was like he just took over the
Well, I know
the whole situation.
They introduced y'all names. They was calling y'all names and calling y'all out, and everybody got their ovations and all that. But when Mike walked out, it seemed like
Nah,
it
that
seemed
was
like
different. I was looking around at everybody, but like when he came out, it was like unreal. If you looked around the arena, it was nothing but stars there. They felt small too. You know what I mean? Like everybody was just like, it's Jordan.
And he has been out of the league for over 20 years. That's the whole LeBron James career right there, and he still doesn't measure up. MJ simply achieved way more in a much shorter amount of time. Period. There's no arguing that in any way. Actually, the longer LeBron James plays now, it actually hurts his legacy in that regard. MJ never lost in any NBA final and never even allowed a Game 7, for that matter, in the finals. Yes, there are players like Robert Horry and Bill Russell that have more titles. So what? Have they won those titles as the leaders of their teams? See, that's also a misrepresentation of this whole conversation about the GOAT. I'm sorry. from LeBron James fans because they keep representing it as all we think that matters is titles, which it's not true. We look at the whole picture, not just the titles, not just the points, everything. Now, if you do your research, going back to what I was saying before, for most of his career, Bill Russell competed with only 7 other teams in the league. It was the third and sometimes fourth option on his team. Robert Horry, was he ever at any time in his career, on any team he ever played, the first option? The man with all the responsibility? No, never. So sit down and stop this baseless debate of who the NBA GOAT is, because that debate has been over for about 10 years right now. When LeBron James played in the NBA Finals, it was a total no-show on the biggest stage, and his own teammates have on multiple occasions accused him of quitting. That's it. Game over. Have you ever heard of MJ quitting? Not showing up in the NBA Finals? Never. Don't you think if we go back in games of LeBron's career, his entire career, he also has mistakenly added stats on his resume? An assist there, a steal there, a rebound over there, some extra points right there. Probably every single player to ever play in the NBA has a stat misadded or misprinted somewhere. The strategy has become so desperate now that LeBron, Clutch, and his fans have only one option left. Post as many lies about Jordan to discredit him and bring him down so LeBron can reach him. Because there's simply no more ways for LeBron to elevate himself to even try to challenge Jordan as the NBA GOAT. It's too late. He has so many losses, has blamed too many people for his failures, and even as John Stockton recently said, LeBron never climbed the mountain. He literally took a helicopter, which actually means a shortcut, which in turn means he cheated on his way to the mountaintop. He never really got there the fair way. He took shortcuts and cheated to get there. For some people, that is exactly why some people, most of the people, have no respect for him and his achievements. And no amount of fake press and Clutch Sports sponsored articles and employees, aka Nick Wright, and social media posts will ever change that. There's nothing that can be done. Now, see you soon in the next video. Thank you for the great support this channel has been receiving, because we're growing pretty damn fast compared to the previous channel that I created. Much appreciated. I hope to have some interesting people to interview here in the near future. See you soon.